Well, good evening and welcome to Sell Your Own Products on Amazon for Income and Lifestyle, with the emphasis on lifestyle. And welcome to this special Google Hangout. We have a special treat tonight. One of our good friends and fellow private labeler, Don Schaefer, is here to help us as we talk about these some of these new Amazon changes that are going on, the listing things, and the thing about I don't know if you're aware that in some big changes in the food category and grocery category. So we're going to talk about that. Going to talk about a unified account. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So without any further ado, I just want to introduce you to Don. Don, you want to come on and say hi?
Yes. How you doing, Terry?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Terry also didn't tell you that I also went through his PL label course. It's a very good course. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, Don's a good man, and got him on. I thought him because especially he's had some problems with the listing and thing. He's going back and forth with well, what is this? Not special services. It's what do you call it, Don? What do you call it?
Seller performance.
Seller performance. And there just doesn't seem to be any. Well, they can't tell you. I'll let you tell it. But anyway, what it amounts to is they just can't really point to really what they want. They say one thing, but then it's not in the rules anywhere, right?
Yeah. The thing of it is, probably I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. I woke up to an email from Amazon saying, we want to inform you that your listing has been blocked for non-compliance of your listing. And it says, we have removed this listing because your item may not exactly match the one shown on a detail page or is not in accordance with our condition guidelines. Now, what happened is that I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. So I had to go through, the help section to find out what their guidelines were. And I start reading them. And I didn't realize that in my category, which was home and kitchen, that I was only allowed to have 100 characters in a title. We had 168. So we chopped that down to about 100. We sent the letter in saying, oh, and they also want you to give them a business plan, how this won't happen again. Well, first of all, the frustrating part is they don't tell you exactly what's wrong with your listing. They just say, go look at what the guidelines are. I don't know what their reasoning for that is, but anyway, we sent the letter back with all that stuff in. We get the same form letter back saying, as stated in our policies, your listing doesn't confirm, da-da-da-da. So this went back and forth, and then I said, and of course, luckily, when you belong to a group like this, you have people you can talk to. So somebody said, why don't you just take your listing down to the bare minimum, remove all the HTML and everything else, so at least you can get it back live. So we did that, sent it in, got the same form letter back, and I was ready to throw this computer out the window. It was so frustrating. Finally, and I have called Seller Central a couple of times also, because somebody said, call a couple of times, you might get somebody. Well, that was wasteful. Finally, on a Sunday, I was at my wit's end. Bonnie didn't know what to do. I called Seller Central again, and I got this wonderful lady. She looked at the listing. She wasn't sure, but she said, you know what? If you don't mind, I'll take the ASIN number, and I'm going to send it over to the catalog department, because they're experts in listings. I said, wonderful. Well, in our listing, besides saying yada, 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 we also gave a free bonus. Well, guess what? You cannot, in your title, list anything in that title other than your main product. You cannot list free bonus or best one on market or 100% guarantee, nothing. You have to put, like, if it's a garlic press white, and if you sell them two, a pack of 2. That's it. That's all you can do. So we finally removed that part, and then we sent it in again, and we finally got our listing back. Now, my question is that in a description, I have like a 200-word description because I know how important descriptions were. And all it looks like is like one big glob of words. And so I've been going back and forth in a Facebook, and this is where this HTML thing came in. And so I finally sent a letter into Sell Essential asking if we can use basic HTML in a description only. And I got a letter back saying, I understand your concern with regards to using HTML for line breakings. That's all I wanted to do. And the letter said, please know you can use HTML tags for just bold, lists, or paragraphs. Please let us know if there are any further concerns. So what somebody had mentioned in a face group was that, why don't you also ask them where they found that information? Because we haven't been able to find it. So I sent another letter back to them saying, could you give us a link, please, to where you found that information? They sent me a link. I looked at the link, and what it says is that using bad data, HTML, special characters in titles, description, bullets, and for any other attribute is prohibited. So I sent another letter to him saying, this is what you told me in the first time. You said it was okay. You sent me a link to check it out, and it says it's not okay. And I said, so what is correct? Does anyone really know for sure? I haven't got an answer for that one yet, Terry.
Wow. Yeah. You get the runaround. That, like I say, they just, for some reason, they're not they're not clear, and they really can't point to where they say it. So I just apologize. I forgot to turn the question and answer app on. It's over here on your right. I just turned it on. You should be able to see it now. So if you would, it's over here at the right. Go ahead, anybody out there, and if you'd like to submit some questions to Don or myself, why just go right ahead and put them on there. That way we'll be able to see them. So, but no, I hear you, Don. I don't know. It seems like they don't. It looks like their right hand doesn't know what their left hand is doing, you know. And because I printed out here the FBA listing requirements and everything like that, it says use 50 characters maximum, but then it also says some categories allow longer titles, so be sure to follow category specific instructions. I click that link, and it's nothing to do with the number of characters or anything else. So right. I don't know. And when I first started this, 3-4 years ago, they allowed 200 in the descriptions, and that's when we used to have, we'd put all the keywords and everything that we could in that description, because that's how you got noticed in that. But like I say, I went through the same thing in December. Well, actually, maybe November, I guess, because it was right before the Christmas season, and they cut off 2 of my best-selling products,
wow.
because of the long descriptions. And I kind of knew what it was, and I'm like you. I got one person to help me out there, and I got them reinstated within 3-4 days. But it wasn't long drawn out like you. But I don't want to. I just went with the program and did what they said, and but I still can't find the rules and regulations. Matter of fact, in the course, we've got that. I've got that one module that teaches, talking about doing your listing and all that. And I really haven't changed it yet for the simple reason that I can't get a direct answer. So I don't want to be putting wrong information out there. I put a little caution in there to people. So we'll just have to see what happens. I don't know what else to do.
Well, I would just caution people, don't go crazy with anything. I would definitely keep your title down to whatever category you have, to what they say, and make sure that the only thing in that title describes the product you're selling. Maybe you can get away with the other stuff, but I'm telling you, when I'm looking for things for private label and I click on a lot of products, I can't tell you how many products I see now not available at this time, which means that listing is blocked.
Right.
So they are really cracking down, which is a good thing. The bad thing is they're not specific enough to let you know what's wrong.
Yeah. Well, like I say, when this happened to me back in November, it was the same way. There was a lot of, matter of fact, as you know, I'm a graduate of the ASM course, and right. So I still go on their forum quite a little bit, and that's where I think that long title kind of originated from the ASM because that's the way we were taught back then. And
Right.
you surprised the number of people that you know, got blocked and everything back there. And that's right before the Christmas season too. It was right
Right.
around Thanksgiving time, you know,
Yeah.
and which and they didn't give any guidelines. They didn't give anything. They just said you do it. So you know, we changed everything, took everything back down to the bare minimum, like you said, and got it listed again. But still, there's nothing to tell exactly why.
Yeah, well, you know, and everybody says, and I guess it's true, you're playing in Amazon's playground, but the thing of it is, even playgrounds has some rules before you walk into the playground.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's just very, very frustrating.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, and I like I say, I don't know what the answer is to it because you know, it's really a shame, but I really think that Amazon is getting an awful lot like Google. You know, Google, go back 7, 8 years ago when a lot of us were doing SEO and everything like that. Google was real friendly and real helpful and everything like that. And then all of a sudden they came out with this Panda and all the other stuff and didn't tell everybody what the rules were. They changed the rules but didn't tell it. And to me, I think Amazon's getting a little bit like that, and I don't really like that. But I guess, you know, it's Amazon's ball field, so they can do what they want. But it would sure helpful if they would be clear. And another thing I think is, I think in every different, because what you're talking about is in kitchen, and the one I had, right? You were in kitchen, right?
Yep.
Your product, yeah. And mine was too on that. But it seems to me like I think they've got different, I don't know whether they're vice presidents or what they call it, of all the different departments. So I don't know, like I say, I don't think the right hand knows what the left hand does. They're sure not sharing it if they do.
Right, right. I was like you. I was right in the middle of that stuff with Google because I was an affiliate of Amazon. I was selling products and I had my own website. And I'll tell you, after about 2.5 years, I said, forget it. Every time you turned around, you couldn't do something else. So this is what Amazon's doing. But I think the main thing I want to let people know is just be careful what you're doing. Take a look at the guidelines and keep as close to it as you can. Because right now, the sad part is, if I put some HTML in that listing and I get shut down again, I can lose my account.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Well, that's what I don't know that they do or not, you know, but that's what it gripes me. They put that on the bottom of every one of the page. If you don't follow these guidelines, you're subject to losing your account. I don't know anybody that's lost their account. I know somebody. Well, I did know the one person that's been suspended in that, but that was for a different reason than that. But I don't know. You know, well, I think about it, folks. There's the question bar over there. I think you can see it. I've got another idea too. If you would like to come live on the Hangout, shoot me a letter over there, and I will get you a link, and so you can come on with Don and I, and we'll talk. So if you've got some ideas or something, why Moore's Company, why come on in? Why we'd love to have you in, right, Don?
Yeah. Even with all the frustration, the back and forth with Amazon, I got to tell you, I can't think of a better business that you can get into right now than private label, or even FBA in general. But I personally like private label. I don't think people should jump right into private label when they first try. I think they should go through the steps, do some retail arbitrage, like you still do retail arbitrage, so do I.
Yeah.
Do some retail arbitrage and get through the process and something like that, and then go ahead and try to get into PL. But private label is so much better with that retail arbitrage. I don't have to worry about people dumping the prices, and oh my God, and then you have 3 or 4 pieces and you go back and they don't have any more. I tell you, private label is the way to go. I'm loving it.
Oh, I love private label. And you know what was really funny, because a good friend of ours, well, you know, was on his own forum, Dwayne Malik today. Did you see that notice of his first?
That he did what?
No, Dwayne Malik today said for a first, he commingled his inventory.
Oh yeah.
And then he
and he sent this right to Amazon.
Sent the product right to Amazon. He had his supplier send the product right to Amazon, and that's what we've been preaching all the time. That's you know, that's so much simpler. And he said it cut. I think he said it cut his cost
He said 50%, but actually he reversed it and said 25%.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. People
It
don't realize,
does.
because by the time you take that product and ship it to yourself and then ship it back to Amazon with the new rates and everything like that,
Yeah.
you just really increase your your cost of goods. There's no other way to put it. And it makes a big difference because it's getting competitive out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Did you
we
see-
just we sent in our order for our second PL product, and now I'm just getting samples for our third PL product because I was looking at a spreadsheet somebody had, and he said something, and a spreadsheet, it just is mind blowing that if you sold five items, five of your items. Now, trust me, when you're doing PL, if you can't sell five a day, and I don't mean right away, it takes time to do that. But if you sell five of your items a day and you make $5 profit, how much you would make?
Right.
And that wasn't bad. I don't know if it was 1,300 or something like that. 15, I guess, right? $5
Well,
profit.
5 times 7 is $35 a week. Times how many? How long?
No, $5, five items a day at $5. That's $25 a day.
Right.
30.
Times 30.
750.
Yeah. 750. Right.
Now he says, now honestly, and I know if you haven't been doing private label, that this might not be making sense. It's not real hard to sell 5 items a day in private label. It might take you a little bit to get there, maybe 3 weeks or so, or 4 weeks.
Right.
But then he goes, and what if you had 2 items? Now you're up to 1,500 a month. You're not talking about a whole lot of stuff going on here.
No.
$5?
Right.
Profit?
Yeah. And you're not talking about a lot of work. You're not labeling. You're not packaging and all that. Which is time consuming and hard work. You can see this behind it. I sold my house, so this is going to get tore down, but it was going to get tore down anyway because that's my weigh station back there and everything, and I just don't use it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that nice?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mean, private label, it takes a little bit. Get a course, go through it, get some research, and get yourself involved. Of course, it's the way to go because all the heavy hitters are all getting involved with private label now. So
Right.
it's a new thing.
Did you see? I don't know. I think the ASM course closes tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah. Tonight at midnight, I think.
Is it tonight at midnight? Whenever it is, or something like that. And they're up to what are they? I don't know what they're up to now. 10, 11 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, those people are going to come on. But the thing about it, there's a lot of millionaires out there because of the ASM course. I'll tell you that.
Well, they're the ones that actually spearheaded it, so
they did.
You can't say they did something wrong.
No, and it's just like I keep talking about, whether it's ASM or my course or Andy Slamman's or anything else. You take one system and you follow it, and you're going to be all right, because all these systems, we're all a little bit different, but the goal is all the same and the outcome is all the same if you follow it. But what happens if you try to take a little from the ASM, little from me, little from Andy, and Brett Bartlett, take a little from him, you just end up spinning plates and everything, and you're not going to get anything there because they're not meant to be tied together.
Yeah, you end up getting overloaded with different facts. Take one course, focus on it, and tear it apart, and don't be afraid to take the step, because if you go through the course the right way, you have a calculated risk. And like I tell people, if you do your right research, and your course teaches you how to do the right research, the worst that you can do if you made a little mistake is break even. You're not going to lose all the money that you're putting into it.
Right.
So it's a no-brainer. I'm getting my son involved, and I didn't get my son involved in much of anything because I didn't know. I didn't want him to lose money.
Right.
I can't see that happening here. You might not make what you want to make, but I can't see you losing a whole lot of money for the success that you can have compared to what you might lose. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just really enjoy it. As you know, I used to do SEO until Google came out with their pandas and all that. And I still do SEO. I still do some. I still got, I'm working on a new website now this last week or so, but I still do it. I like it. I like to do it. And, I used to build and sell websites. That's what I used to do years ago. So, but I still like it. What can I tell you? I like writing. I like doing the articles and all that, which is what I also do in the private label, because I write articles for my products and that.
Right.
And it just every little bit helps. Whatever you can do,
Now what I'm trying to learn in depth, I know how to set it up and everything, and I know the basics, but I know there's more to it. Doing a PPC ad.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I'm not sure of yet. I mean, I know how to set it up automatic, get the right keywords, turn it into manual and do all that. But sometimes I wonder, well, how do you know which keyword, or how do you know what keyword that you're ranking for? I'm Googling everything. I want to become an expert on PPC, because I'm telling you, most of my organic sales are coming from my PPC ads.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't doubt that. Yeah, what most people do is they'll they use the wrong keywords when they go in. They'll take the keywords with the biggest volume. Well, the problem about that, those keywords with the biggest volume, or other people are on them too, and for you to get ranked on those keywords is something really hard. But you take some of those longer tail keywords and you stack them together into an article or something like that. You might have one article, and I try to get at least 6, 7, maybe sometimes 8 keywords built into that one article. It's not keyword stuffing like they used to do it, because that'll get you banned sooner than anything. But you put those in there, and so Google anymore doesn't so much rank. They don't rank so much on the actual keyword. They'll put all the keywords together. It's like I used to teach in the title. You put everything in there and don't repeat yourself, and put it in there, and you'll be fine. So, because Google will take those different ones and put them together and break the keyword, and they'll rank you for that keyword. But you're better off to take the ones that only get maybe 200, 300 searches a month. But if you get 7 or 8 of those in there, that's 2,100. And if you're sending 10, if you're only sending 10 people a day to a CPA site, to a CPA offer, and that offer is converting at a third, and you're doing 30, you're making $100 a day. So
I'll tell you, since my first product, I mean, I don't want to say it's been a disaster, because we're excited about it, but we ran out of stock twice. We got our listing blocked by Amazon for over a week. We got back on. We ran out of stock again. And now we're at, I know, it's been one of those. And now we're at, I think we're somewhere around 13,000 rank. And I just looked, and we already sold 4 items today at 13,000 rank. And that, I think, of course, the ads and keywords.
Yeah, right. That's good. That's good.
Well, I got a great promotion for people, and I'll share it to you after the Spreecast. I'll email it to you. A great promotion for people that can't afford to do a 100-item giveaway. I brought it down.
Oh, okay.
Where people, when they first start their promotion, they can get that thing ranked real quick.
Yeah. Well, especially if they pick an item that doesn't have that many reviews, you don't have to get that. It all depends on. You just want to be able to jump over your competition. That's he who has the most reviews wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Here's a couple of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. I don't know if you're aware of it, but as of April 20th now, there's a new feature on if you, with your phone, if you go to the Seller Central and look at a product up through that, if you have one, you can list it on. There's a new button on there. It says sell on Amazon from your mobile phone. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, they just came out with this last week. So, like I say, well, this here says April 20th, which was, yeah, it was last week. So, but that's something new, and I just thought I'd bring that up tonight because I thought that was really neat that you can do that now. Because anything to save time in that, you know. And what says word here? Where did I read it? This feature is only available on your mobile web browser, and it's not yet available on the Amazon mobile app. So you can't use it from the mobile app, the Amazon app. You've got to use it from your regular, just logging into Amazon on your phone.
Right.
So, okay, and then another thing I just got, and I thought this was neat because I hear so much about. Well, here about maybe 7-8 months ago, everybody was talking about sending stuff to Canada. They were sending stuff to Britain. They were sending stuff all over with wholesale and everything like that, which is fine and everything like that. But Amazon finally they have a new program now, which is called the North American. Let me see what they call it. North American Unified Account. In other words, what it is, you're going to the U.S. and Canada are going to be concluded the same. So those that are thinking about selling on Canada, it's going to be in the next few weeks. We'll have an upgrade to access both of those markets in the same Seller Central unit in that. So that's awesome. Especially for me, I sell some. Matter of fact, I got one supplier that lives in that's out of Canada, and so I will be sending stuff to the Canada market now when they do that. I've been going to do it, just never got around to it. So that's going to make it really nice because, like I say, it says they're going to send you. Over the next few weeks, sellers with accounts registered on Amazon US or Canada marketplaces will be upgraded to have access to both marketplaces through one central North American unified account in Seller Central. No additional accounts or registration product will be required. So that means sense. So we're going to be able to automatically.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. We'll allow.
I love it.
Yeah, because it's going to be your listing is going to be on there. From the way I understand it, it says share listing information and manage your inventory consistently. So it's going to be like one continuous unit, I suppose. So I don't know. Gosh, now it didn't say. I wonder if Canada is going to be. We're going to be sending stuff to Canada automatically now, the way we do with the other FBAs. It doesn't say that.
Yeah, I guess we got to wait for a little bit more info on it. But that is nice. I like that.
Wait a minute. I see a catch. Pay a single monthly pro merchant subscription. So there's going to be a single, it doesn't say how much it is. There's going to be a single monthly pro merchant subscription fee for your North American unified account. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I wouldn't think it's probably like anything else. It's probably not too much. So
no, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good news.
The what?
That's good news.
Yes, I think it's real good news. I think it's gonna make a lot of difference because before you had to go and you registered through up in Canada and everything.
Oh God, I know.
With the bank accounts and all that, that's kind of ridiculous,
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you were aware of. You probably not because you're not. Are you registered in groceries? No.
Yes. Yeah.
Or are you?
Yep. I'm grandfathered in all those.
Okay. Yeah, I am too. As a matter of fact, I sold a lot of groceries last year. At this time, I was selling a lot of groceries.
Yep.
And but I don't know if you noticed that for those that aren't in the gated categories and that out there, that there's a lot of restrictions now that Amazon came out with. And this is April the 23rd. I've got it, and it tells you. But for one thing, the ingredients and nutrition facts policy listed on the product, any ingredients or nutrition facts listed on the product packaging should be uploaded as a secondary product image on the product detail page. In other words, on your detail page, you should take a photo of the back of the bottle. I don't know if I don't have it on this water one here, but you know what I mean. The ingredients list where it lists all and everything like that. That should be part of your picture listing now for any item in groceries.
Yeah, I do that anyway. So.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have on some of them. I didn't on all of them, but anyway. So anyway, and then the thing that I thought the same is the dietary and allergen-free claims policy. Any product that claims that on the label or something, gluten-free, must also be present on a product packaging in order to be listed on the product detail page. In other words, so you're going to have to add a third label to your product. The way it is right now in groceries, this is what makes groceries so it's time consuming and it's hard, because you have to list your expiration date with one label for your expiration date. You need another label for your FISCU, or what do you want to call it, the FISCU label, right. And then now you're going to have one with the allergen product, or any claim. If it's on your description, everything like that, it's going to have to be on another label on your product. So that's going to make a big difference, because that, like I say, I think groceries right now is probably one of the most involves the most work of anything, because of the second label that you automatically got to put on. And believe me, that takes a lot of time when you're outsourcing and that, and you go, if you're not doing wholesale and you're doing retail arbitrage or something like that, you go to the grocery stores and pull stuff off the shelves and everything like that. Believe me, they're never the same code dates. So you've got to go and check all those and put them together and put those code dates together and ship them out. That's a pain in the what. It just takes a lot of time. And I got my labeler over here, but what's up right there? But it's not that easy to do. You got to enter all that in each one and print out the label for each one, and it just takes a lot of time. Well, now they're saying that we're going to have to print out another label for the dietary and the policy. So what can I say? I think that's going to. What do I think it's going to do? I think it's going to. A lot of people have gotten out of groceries because not only this rule, but they're having a lot of problems with the freight. Products getting crushed in that. I don't know if you know. I know Don knows it, that a lot of you don't know that I did a lot of cookies. And one person said to me, if you're going to do retail arbitrage and you're going to do groceries or something like that, they told me, and this is how I learned. They said you go to one aisle in the grocery store and you stay there until you got that aisle memorized. So I did that with cookies, and I can tell you quite a little bit about cookies. But I also know that, but Amazon is not quite. I don't know if I'll say they're not playing fair. I'll say that they, well, it's funny because towards the end, I would send in, and I'd always send in more than 20 of each unit. So it meant that it went to one warehouse. Right. You understand what I'm saying? If you send in more than 20 of one unit, it'll go to one warehouse. And from there, they take it and they repackage it and ship it out to the other ones. But that's automatic. It used to be, I think it still is, but I don't know. But well, yeah, because I sent some stuff in a couple of weeks ago, and it still did that. It was over 20, so it all went to one warehouse. But the problem was I would send them the stuff to the one warehouse, and there was no complaints. Everything was fine. And then Amazon was taking that product, and they were repackaging and sending out to however many other places they send it out to get it out to all their distribution places. And then all of a sudden, when the product got to the distribution places, I was getting all kind of notices of broken packages, beat up packages, crumbs, and a lot of complaints from customers and everything. And then it just really soured me on the groceries bit. I think if I was doing wholesale, which I do some wholesale on groceries too, but if I was doing some wholesale and sent it in by the case lots, I don't know, because they would still, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know, because if the problem is when they were taking it from the receiving warehouse and shipping it out to the other warehouses is where the problem came in, and had a lot of problems on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let me write everybody. I'm just questions over here. We've got over on the right. There's the question and answer thing. If you've got any questions out there, we've got quite a few people out there today. So if you can, give us some questions, or if you'd like to come on the show and like to join us, if you got something to add to the conversation, I'd love to have you. I'll get you a link and get you signed in here or something like that. But if you got any questions or you want to come on, why, for God's sakes, just let me know there. Don't be bashful. Come on. We've two handsome guys. What can I tell you here?
Where you going, honey? Okay.
What?
No, I was talking to Bonnie. She just got home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, any questions you guys might have, it doesn't have to pertain to what we're talking about right now. If there's any questions you got on PL or anything like that, shoot them in there.
Yeah, put them in the question and answer box over there. It should be. It's on my right. I think it's on the right side of your screen too. So just put your questions in there, and we'll get them answered. Or like I say, if you'd like to come on the show, I'll be glad to give you a link to get you inside here at the Hangout. So if you got a camera and a microphone, well, you're welcome to join. We'd love to have you, and all that. So what can I tell you? But that's what I had about groceries and everything. I don't know. It's ever since they gated groceries, which is probably the best thing they do, it's helped a lot, because there for a while there was a lot of people sending man, they were sending quite a little bit. Oh, I know another thing on here. Where is it? You cannot, if you put your, oh yes, you have to put your let me see where I can find it here. Well, I'll just tell what it is. You have to put the cost per ounce or whatever, like they do in the grocery stores on the tag and all that. Now you have to do that. You can do it on your description.
Really?
But yes, you have to put it, and I'll show it here right here. I about fell over when they put this on here. But so what it is, it means that anybody that's using a repricer tool, you couldn't do it, because as soon as you reprice, you would change your cost per ounce, and you can't do that unless you go in and do it manually. And then that's the purpose of a repricer, to do it automatically. So you'd be SOL there. You couldn't use a repricer.
Wow.
Yeah, right here. Accurate price per unit data must be provided for all new product listings. For more information, see how to determine price listing. But you've got to put that on there. So like I say, that's good for the first time you do your product. But as soon as you change your price, like I say, if you got a reprice or anything like that, or you're going through and just repricing your items, then you're going to be not going to be any good. You won't be in compliance. So you're going to have to, I don't know, I think they're going to run a lot of people out of groceries with all these new things. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but
maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what they're trying to do on that groceries, but I thought that was, like I say, I really think sometimes that they're getting an awful lot like Google. They're changing the rules and not telling you why, and I don't know whether this is to beat somebody out or whatever. So there's just, I don't know. Every day the grows and grows, and I think that's good. I think that's good for I think that's good for Amazon. I think that's good for us as competitors in that. But it's not to the point. I mean, it's past the point where you can just put a product up there and hope to prosper. You're going to have to do your due diligence. You're going to have to watch all your listings and everything like that. It's the easy days are over. And I don't mean that to send people off, or mean to turn people off. I sure don't mean that. And I'm not trying to drive anybody away, but I'm just saying that it's like any other business. It's the glory, not the glory days, but I don't know what you want to call it. The easy days are over. It's a great way to break money. It's a good way to do it, and you can have a lot of fun, but you really got to watch it.
Yeah, don't forget, Amazon is always customer focused, so they want the listings to all look conformity and everything else, so the customers don't go crazy.
Right.
So all this with the groceries, it's all customer focused.
Yeah, but and that's good. That's one of the nice things I like about selling on Amazon, especially FBA, because you've got that guarantee. They get the product out there, they get it shipped out, they take care of it all and everything, and it's all to our advantage doing it that way, doing it through FBA and that. So I don't know why anybody would sell a FBM anymore. To me, it's just
no.
I don't know.
The only thing you would do MF is that maybe if it's hazmat or something and you wanted to get rid of it, and
that would be the only thing if you're doing something like that, because you can't the hazmat items. But But guys, that just being FBA, you're going to increase your sales uh, 10, 20 fold, compared to what somebody selling FBM is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And especially even with the listings and that, you can't, the spoils go to the FBA people. I don't know how else to say it. Because you can have an FBM and an FBA and have them both listed, and the FBA is going to get the listing every time.
Well, plus the fact when it says fulfilled by Amazon, a lot of customers just assume that Amazon is doing the product.
Right.
They don't realize you're a third party
Right.
seller when you're FBA.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys out there, we got plenty of time here for some questions and answers. You got Don and myself, and we'd love to answer some questions for you. If not, we'll probably cut it short here after a while, but we'd love to answer some questions. Like I say, if you got something to add, we'd love to have you come on live with us. So don't be bashful out there. Tonight's your night, because usually I do a PowerPoint and all that, and tonight we didn't. I thought I'd have Don on and talk about some of these new rules and that, because Amazon is doing some neat things. I especially like that thing with you're going to automatically now be able to sell on Amazon Canada with that unified account. It says that there's going to be a special fee. We'll wait to see what that is. Whether that's a game changer, it might make a difference. I don't know, but they haven't said how much. But that's just coming up here. Well, they just put it out the 23rd, I think, which is just a few days ago. So about a week ago. But we'll wait and see what happens. They haven't said, but if you're automatically signed up for Amazon United States, you're automatically going to be able to sell on Amazon Canada here within a couple of weeks. So to me, that's exciting news, and I think I think it'll be good.
Now, I assume you have to be FBA, right?
Yes, it has to be FBA, right?
Okay.
Well, I said that real quick.
I would think so.
I think you're right too. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you MF it to Canada?
Oh yeah, well, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it doesn't say, but I'm sure because this was sent to me as an FBA-er. So
Yeah.
yeah, it says fulfillment by Amazon right here. So yeah, so it's not going to be for FBM. So that should be good. I think that's some exciting news. We'll give Amazon a little clap for that and tell them we appreciate it.
It still don't take away my week of frustration, but it helps.
Oh yeah, and like I say, Amazon is really hard to beat. I know sometimes I knock them here on the thing, but I really appreciate them too, because they provide this platform to us to sell on. They take care. Of course, they charge, which is only fair. But I mean, they take care of all the sales. They take care of the returns. They take care of the complaints. They take care of all that stuff for us, and so we don't really have to do anything. And that's what we talk about, that private label lifestyle. When you're ordering that product, it's going right to Amazon, and you don't even touch it or anything else. And all you do is Amazon every 2 weeks puts some money in your bank account. Why? And they also go with the thing, if you put it in the system, when you want to be notified, they'll tell you when you got to reorder the product. They do all that, and all you got to do is file. That's why I keep talking about the private label system, or the private label. The lifestyle is with private label. All the work is done up front to resource and to find your source and everything else. And especially once you find that supplier that's good, he's going to work with you. And once you start selling and keep increasing those orders and everything, he's going to give you a better price. He's going to work with you. And man, you get him to send that stuff to Amazon, so you don't have to mess with it. It makes a big deal. Big deal. We had a new member of the course, which just signed up last night. He's from Australia, and I don't think he's probably not on here because he's probably working right now. They're 10 hours behind us, something like that. How did he explain that to me? But yeah, I think he's working right now. So but it makes a big difference. And we do have a question. When
Did you take your inhaler? Did you take your inhaler?
No, but I will.
Yeah. It says This is Diane Matthews. When creating your label for your private label product, can you put your Amazon store URL? Diane, you wouldn't have to. If this is your own product, it's a private label product, you would put your UPC code on, and that's really all you need. You don't need the URL, that Amazon FISCU label. You don't need that on a private label product. As long as this is your product and you've got your own UPC, you put your UPC on the label, and that's all you need. Right, Don?
Or are you trying to get more advertisement for the other things in your store? Maybe that's what she means.
I don't know. She says, can you read? She says, when we're creating your label for your private label product, can you put your Amazon store URL on the label? No, I would put your brand on, your Amazon brand on the label. I would sure do that, and I'd put your but there's no reason to put that, because your Amazon that FISCU label, or what do you want to call it, if you've got your UPC, which is on a private label product, you have to put your own UPC. You go out and buy them; they're like $1.50, $2 a piece is all they are. You get them, and once you put that on and give that to Amazon, that's yours for the life of that product, and nobody else can touch that. So Amazon's got that built into the system, and as long as you've got the UPC on your well, let's see, do I have any of my products over here? Well, I've got it's way over there. I do have, hold on a minute, hold on.
Is that what you were meaning, Diane? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Diane just
Diane, I don't know if you can see it or not, but see, there's my UPC code right on here. This is one of my products. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, you can see it, and so that's on the label, and that's really all you need, because that goes right into Amazon. They scan that, and that's all you need. So what can I tell you? I think to put the other one on would be, I think it'd be kind of confusing, because they don't want you. That's one thing. That's one of the reasons they say that when you bag something or something like that, if you're covering, you have to cover over the original UPC and put the FISCU label on there. But if you've got a good UPC that's on your product, that's really all you need. So hope that answers your question. Don, you got anything to answer that?
Yeah, well, she clarified. She said she'd like to have a way for customers to find her to reorder.
Well, on the label right here, here's my.
They just have to put that number in the search engine on Amazon.
Well, this is my UPC, and then here's my contact information right here.
Right.
You know, it's right here for them to get a hold of me to reorder anything else. It's right next. It's right on my label with my product and my with my brand and my company name. You know, so it's all right there, and you could put definitely you want to put all that on your label. So see, what people don't understand sometimes, Diane, is when you've got a private label product, you're just like, I don't care whether it's Sunbeam or any appliance manufacturer, you're considered a manufacturer. So when you put that label on, Amazon is not going to tell you that you can't do that, because like they're not going to tell Sunbeam what kind of label they can put on their box for a fryer or whatever it is. And when you open that box from Sunbeam or an appliance, or not, I don't care what it is, what product is, it's from a company. A lot of times you're going to find a little coupon in there to get for promoting another one of Sunbeam's products. You're going to find an instruction pamphlet in there. You're going to find a lot of promotional information inside of a box, and that's the reason I highly recommend, when you're sending a private label product, you put it in a box so you can put those promotional items in there to help you resale, you know, and especially on your label, you want to put your company information so people can get a hold of you outside of Amazon. You know, the one thing when Amazon, the only thing Amazon frowns on is when you use their system to send an email or something like that, they don't want you putting your address in on that. But when you're private labeling a product and you're sending to Amazon, they expect it, man. You put your name on there, you put your address, anything that's pertinent and all that, your web page or whatever, and that's all kosher with Amazon. They like it. Matter of fact, they expect it. Like I say, when you buy any of the products over there, if you buy a package of Keebler cookies, believe me, they're going to have all the information on there from Keebler and all that. That's only common. So I'm sorry. So that was the answer. I like to have a way for customers to find me to reorder. And like I say, that's it. And well, for one thing, I'm going to on one of my products, which is a set. I put a thank you card in there, which is about a 3x5, maybe a 3x6 card like that. It says thank you for your purchase on one side. When you flip it over to the back side, it says to register this product, please go to, and I give my website and everything like that, and it's a special page, and they go in there and they register the product. And that you want to do because that's how you can get the capture the email address outside of, because Amazon will not share the email address with it. They send you a coded email address, but they will not send you the regular email address. But that's one way you can, by sending that little love letter in there, which to me, that's very important, and that's just good good selling. What can I tell you? And so that's how customers can find you to reorder. Hold it, here's done here. Let's go. That's what I wondered about using the URL as part of the contact information. That's what I wondered about using that. Yeah, I think that we answered that, right, Don?
Yeah. She said that explains it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm glad. That was a good explanation, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because so many people get confused about that, and that's one of the things I really, in the course, I really harp on that, because I think that's a place where so many people kind of they try to chintz on their packaging, and I would rather spend more money on my packaging to make my product. For one thing, if you put it like in a box or something like that, you're going to have a greater perceived value, because something in a box is perceived to be more expensive than if you have the same product and you have it polybagged. So that's just a thing that people what do you call it? It just increases. That's why I talk about increases the perceived value. You might only add maybe 1 or 2 cents to the cost of your product by putting it in a box, but you add to the perceived value, and plus you can add, you could put 20, 30 different flyers for different other products. So maybe sometimes, and what I've seen a lot of them is on the website of that, get together with another seller that sells products that are kind of complementary to you, and then he puts your flyer in his product, and you put his flyer in your product, and that's all kosher. Amazon doesn't mind that. That's the same way is, like I say, when you add some of the big companies, they're gonna have flyers in there for other people's product as long as they're sales. That's just business, and so take advantage of it, you know. And she says that explains it. Great answer. Thanks to both. Diane, thank you. I appreciate it. Any other questions? Well, what do you think, Don?
Well, I think that was a good session.
I think so.
I think you put out a lot of good information.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. That's what it's all about.
I learned something myself tonight. So.
Well, good. Yeah, I always learn, and that's why I like to have people come on and join us and ask questions, because sometimes, you know, I won't answer. It's not that I won't answer. I'll answer, but sometimes I don't know, and I'll tell them the question, and I'll look it up, and so it gives me something to look up and go from there, you know. So I just thank everybody for coming out tonight. Had a good crowd and enjoyed it. The replay of this will be posted. Well, you'll be able to get it right here within a few minutes after the not Amazon, but Google renders it out and all that. And tomorrow morning I will post it to the private label selling .com website, and that's my website. Anybody's interested in the course, no. A plug right here. The course and everything. If you go to privatelabelselling.com, it'll tell you sell your own product for on Amazon for information for income and lifestyle. I'm getting tongue-tied here. You click that link right there, and there'll be the page for the course and tell you all about it and place to sign up and all that. And we'd love to have you join us. We've got a good group. Like I say, Don's one of the original one, and Bonnie too. Bonnie, we got to get Bonnie on here one of these nights too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
she's camera shy.
is she?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, we're gonna have to talk to her. So.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Bonnie. She's not around, huh? No.
She's in our office.
Okay. So what can I tell you? So I guess, Don, if you got anything to add, if not, well, I guess we're going to sign off. It's 8:57. It's just about that time. But like I say, anybody's got any questions, we'll answer them quick. I'm not in any hurry. All right. So I guess with that said, we shall kind of sign off here. Like I say, we appreciate everybody. We thank you for coming by, and this replay will be posted on the private label selling site tomorrow morning. But you'll be able to get it right here on my not Amazon, but YouTube channel. You probably get it another. It takes about 10 minutes to post and all that. So the replay and all that. So with that saying, why Don and I are going to say goodbye. Don, you want to say goodbye? So
have a good night.
Yeah. So we'll see you all later. We appreciate you, and thanks for stopping by. And we shall see you next Thursday night. I presume I'm going to be here. It's my daughter's getting married next weekend. So
okay.
Yeah, and so my son's flying in on Thursday from Illinois, but I'll let you know one way or the other, but I think we should. If not, why we'll work something out. So we'll be here next Thursday night. So anyway, so with that being said, well, we thank you for stopping by. Hope you had a good time, and we enjoyed talking to you. So we will see you next Thursday night.
All right. Night, Terry.
Good night. Oh, all right.